Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, June 14th, and there's a story told in the book of Samuel. It's actually in 1 Samuel chapter 8, if you'd like to read the whole story. It's about when the people of ancient Israel asked Samuel to ask God if God could appoint a king to lead them. And Samuel, who was the prophet at the time, went and told God about this, and God was hurt and disappointed that the people now wanted a king to lead them instead of relying fully upon God. And since that was what the people wanted, God reluctantly said to Samuel to go ahead and do that. And Samuel goes and anoints Saul as the first king of Israel. And the point of this story is to tell us that when we decide that we would rather have some earthly thing be the primary source of our happiness or contentment or protection and security, then all sorts of things can go wrong. And they did for the people of Israel, and they can for us as well. I was talking with someone this weekend about what it means to have joy in our lives and to know that, we are actually doing the right thing, not only for ourselves but for other people. And how do we not feel guilty about perhaps not doing enough? And my own spiritual advisor has been working with me on this lately, and has a simple remedy for me is to just ask, what do I think God's will for me is in my life? If I am to be happy and content, which are things that all of us should be and deserve, do I think it is God's will that I not be happy and content? And if I am the only source of my happiness and contentment, then I'm always going to fall short of those things because of the way I judge myself, the way I think others judge me, and the way I judge others. I think the key to happiness and contentment and finding the proper leader, source of these things in our life is to put our total trust in God. That even though we may think we need other things to help us, or that we have to hold back from God some things, the hardest thing to do, for me anyway, is to give all of those things to God as well as the easier things I give over to God. This is called trust. Have you ever been to a team building exercise where the group takes turns standing on a platform and falling backwards, and the others are supposed to catch you, and hopefully they do. But it is up to you to trust that they will. That's a really hard thing to do. And some people can't do it. And I remember when I did it, I probably stood there for several minutes before I actually allowed myself to fall backwards. Falling into the arms of God is always the safest thing to do. The easiest thing that we can say and think in life are three simple words: thy will be done. I suppose that's four words. And just trust that whatever happens in life, God may not have ordained it to happen that specific way, but God will certainly get us through. So as we go into another week, let's concentrate on not looking for things in this world to bring us happiness, but always looking toward God and trusting that God will always provide. Will you pray with me, please? Holy God, help us to trust you. Help us to not only navigate the winding curves of this world and the ups and downs in our lives and the tragedies and the joys, but to put everything we have, everything we expect, everything we want, everything we desire into your hands and trust that you will always do the best for us and guide us through our time. Amen.